Instagram has officially disabled its optional end-to-end encryption features for direct messages across the platform. This major policy shift means that your secure, private chats are undergoing a massive and sudden technical change. If you have ever used the encrypted chat feature, your highest tier of personal privacy is being completely removed. The unbreakable digital keys that once locked your conversations away from third parties no longer exist on this platform. If you find this content valuable, please hit like and subscribe to Visual Link for more in-depth tech updates. Previously, even the parent company Meta was technically blocked from seeing the contents of your secure conversations. Now, the removal of this protection gives the platform the technical ability to access and read your personal text logs. Any images, video clips, voice memos, and text threads sent through regular DMs are open to massive data processing. Meta has officially stated that low user adoption was the primary reason for completely retiring the optional feature. They claim very few people actually utilized the encrypted messaging options that were initially introduced to the app. However, digital rights advocates and privacy experts view this move as a significant step backward for user security. By removing the encryption barrier, the platform can comply far more easily with data requests from law enforcement. Government agencies can now use legal orders and court warrants to compel Meta to hand over your private chats. Child safety organizations and international regulators have actively welcomed the decision to stop end-to-end encryption. They argue that scanning messages makes it significantly easier to detect illegal activity, grooming, and harmful deepfakes. This shift aligns closely with strict new global tech laws requiring immediate removal of non-consensual imagery. For ordinary users, this means you can no longer assume your direct messages are shielded from company oversight. If you share highly sensitive data, financial records, or deeply personal photos, you face increased digital exposure. The platform will still secure your messages while they are moving across the internet using standard encryption protocols. But standard encryption only protects your data from outside hackers, not from the platform owner itself. If you have old encrypted chats you want to save, you must follow the in-app instructions to download your media. Failing to back up your chat history could mean losing access to those secure media files permanently. Meta is advising users who still demand absolute chat privacy to move their conversations over to WhatsApp. While WhatsApp still retains default end-to-end encryption, this change raises serious questions about future privacy policies. Many users are left wondering whether other major social applications will soon follow this exact design path. Major platforms are consistently forced to balance user privacy with government compliance and safety monitoring. In this case, the balance has officially tipped away from private keys and toward total data visibility. If you want total security, independent open-source apps like Signal remain the strongest alternatives available today. Moving forward, you should treat your Instagram inbox as a fundamentally public and monitored digital space. The era of completely private, unreadable messaging on your favorite photo-sharing app has officially come to an end. This marks a massive turning point in how social media companies handle the personal communication data of their users. For years, the tech industry pushed for absolute privacy, but regulatory pressure has completely reversed that direction. Governments worldwide have been demanding access to backdoors in secure messaging applications to monitor illicit activities. By turning off these specific privacy settings, Meta avoids massive fines and legal penalties from international bodies. The European Union and the United States have both introduced legislation targeting unmonitored encrypted spaces online. This means your casual conversations are now subject to the terms and conditions of corporate automated scanning tools. Every link you share and every word you type can be analyzed by algorithms designed to detect policy violations. If an automated system flags your conversation, human content moderators could be granted direct access to review it. This level of exposure is a stark contrast to the completely locked-down environment that encryption used to guarantee. Many content creators and business owners use Instagram DMs to manage sensitive client details and financial agreements. If your account is ever compromised or hacked, the lack of encryption means your entire message history is vulnerable. Hackers who gain access to your profile will be able to read every single past conversation without any resistance. When encryption was active, a compromised account didn't automatically expose your historic secure messaging folders. The removal of this feature reminds us that data stored on corporate servers is never truly under our personal control. If you are not paying for the product, your data and your online habits are the actual product being managed. Meta's advertising network relies heavily on understanding user behavior, interests, preferences, and daily habits. While they claim message content isn't used for ads, the technical barrier preventing them from doing so is gone. This structural adjustment highlights the growing fragmentation of privacy policies across different global tech applications. An app that is secure today can completely change its internal infrastructure tomorrow with a single remote update. Users rarely read the extensive terms of service updates that flash across their screens during a routine app launch. But agreeing to these new prompts means you are explicitly consenting to the removal of these vital security shields. If you value your digital footprint, you must take proactive steps to audit the permissions of every application. Do not rely on default settings to protect your identity, your location, or your private intellectual property. The convenience of social media platforms often comes at the direct expense of your fundamental digital rights. As artificial intelligence models grow more powerful, the demand for massive text datasets has increased exponentially. Unencrypted communication channels represent an absolute goldmine of natural human language data for tech companies. While Meta denies using private direct messages to train its AI models, public trust remains incredibly low. The legal landscape surrounding data ownership and artificial intelligence training is still being actively written. Until strict protections are locked into law, companies will continue to maximize their access to user information. This specific update should serve as a loud wake-up call for anyone who values true confidential communication online. Take a close look at your inbox and decide if the information you share belongs in a corporate database. If the answer is no, it is time to migrating your vital conversations to dedicated, secure utility platforms. The choices we make today regarding our digital security will define our level of freedom in the digital age. We must demand transparency from tech conglomerates, but we must also take personal responsibility for our data. The convenience of having all your photos, stories, and messages in one app is undeniably smooth and efficient. But consolidating your entire digital life into a single unencrypted space creates a massive single point of failure. Protecting your digital sovereignty requires constant vigilance and a willingness to break away from mainstream apps. As we navigate this shifting landscape, staying informed is your very best defense against corporate data overreach. The tools we use to connect with friends and family should not be turned into tools for passive surveillance. Yet, the trend across the tech industry suggests that privacy features are becoming a premium, highly restricted luxury. We will continue to track these major platform updates and analyze how they impact your personal freedom online. Make sure you check your account settings today to see exactly how this update has been applied to your profile. Knowledge is power, especially in an era where your personal data is treated as a highly valuable commodity. Do not let your digital habits leave you exposed to changing corporate policies and aggressive government tracking. The internet is changing rapidly, and the old assumptions about digital privacy are completely crumbling away. Stay skeptical, stay secure, and always think twice before hitting the send button on any unencrypted network. The infrastructure of the web is being rebuilt, and user privacy is unfortunately being left on the cutting room floor. We must adapt to these new digital boundaries or risk losing our personal privacy to corporate data centers. Thank you for watching this special report, and make sure to subscribe to Visual Link for more global tech updates.